Fake Love, episode number 82. Happy Friday, peeps! Welcome to the first Keep It 100 moment of 2017. I'm your host, Nina Babel, and you know I keep it 100. And for those of you listening for the first time and you're wondering, what is this whole Keep It 100 thing? Well, it just simply means that Nina keeps it real. She keeps the conversation real and true, right? No shame to her game. On my podcast, there are no filters, boundaries, judgments, or walls surrounding us, right? We just talk. In fact, I talk to you like I talk to my own girlfriends. I have many private aha moments, but it's the short-lived ones, the lessons, or the advice that needs to be told to you every other Friday. And usually I dub this as my WTF, right? My What the Friday moment. So hopefully 2017 has been a good journey for you so far. You know, this is the week where everybody goes through their lists, right? What I woulda, shoulda, coulda done, and what I'm going to do going forward. And I must admit I got on that train as well. And I have just one more thing to add. And today it's all about, so it's no more messy stuff in 2017, huh? So let's get it out of the way one time with the whole fake love. Because usually at the end of the year, we do a lot of purging, right? We do a lot of purging of people that just don't bring good vibes to our life, or we assess and we figure out who those people are. And I've never been one for fake love. If I don't like you, you will know. And it might not be through my words. It might be through my facial expressions, my eyes. You know, I just have been one. No, not to hide it, or I talk with my body language more than anything, but I think that's status quo. But here are my signature moves. It's either a silence move, like I have nothing to contribute, I'm just taking it all in, listening, and making my mental notes. I walk away like I'm busy, or I pretend like I gotta take a call, I gotta go. You know, that term, gotta go, is very famous in my vocabulary. Or you know what? I'm just straight up ignoring you like you're invisible. And that way, you get the hint. But fake love is everywhere. And at some point in your life, you will understand or encounter it. It depends how fine-tuned your filter is for giving and receiving fake love, right? Some people wake up fake as ever. People show it every day. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's as simple as someone saying in the morning like that, hello, good morning. And then when you return the good morning and you even take it a step further and say, well, how are you? It's like they just disappear like vapor, or they didn't hear you, or they just don't respond. Never understood it, but to me, it's clearly an empty gesture. So I'm going to rewind about a week. We're talking New Year's Eve. And it made me realize the difference between a fake hug and a real one. And even though you're in a room where you know people and you don't know people, I could say I met 90% of those people in the room before. So they weren't complete strangers. Let me use an example. Right? It's like when you shake hands with somebody and you get that kind of slippery fish effect that we all hate. And it's like maybe their palms are even sweaty on top of that. Well, I'm not going to out anybody by using names, and I never do. But it's that half-ass fake hug, you know, like they're touching you, but it's not a full embrace. It's kind of like, I don't know how to even articulate it in words, but they just kind of hug you on the perimeter. They don't really give you a bear hug, like, you know, one that's filled with love. And trust me, hugs go a long way, right? And they make a good impression. And I'll tell you this, it makes people seem less like objects and more like human beings. Like you have feeling. And when I was getting these kind of fake ass hugs, like almost like those fake air kisses, you know, that's the feeling that I got. And I'm like, why did I even bother? I should have just been like, peace out, happy new year, and kept it moving. But nevertheless, let's talk about relationship resolutions and furthermore, relationship fake love. Both men and women, you know, we're all guilty of it. It's not one side versus the other. We all do it. So I'm going to sound the alarm. There are classic scenarios when the signs are too big to ignore. So this is what I did. I put together a messy, like you just don't want to deal with it because they're messy. Well, I put a messy list of relationship resolutions that are not for quitters. So if you are not a quitter, you need to keep on listening. And if you have the tendency to make a resolution and then just be an epic failure, well, you could listen. But chances are, no judgment, you might be that epic failure again. But hear me out. This is my, here we go again, my list. And it's not a top 10 list. It's actually a top 11. Okay, so let's start with number 1. Cheating. Whether you are the cheater or you've been cheated on. Either way, this is the messiest of the messy, right? And the biggest relationship or marriage, epic, fake loveness. And I don't think I need to really explain it any further, other than if you're doing it, victim of it, you got 360 days left of the year to figure that one out. Number 2, the relationship just feels normal and it's nothing special. When it doesn't feel special, then it's pure fakeness, right? Like you're just going through the motions at this point on a daily. Because being in love is that unexplainable feeling that you get when you're with a person that you really, really love, right? It's their blueprint that makes you go buck wild about everything, right? From the way they brush their teeth, from the way that, their butt fills their jeans. I mean, come on, by the way they talk, their intelligence. I could go on and on. You get the gist. So if it doesn't feel normal, like nothing special, you might want to check yourself. Number 3. All right, pardon my French, but fuck love. Okay, these are what I call the maintenance man situation. No feelings are allowed. Either side, you're crossing boundaries once you're asking questions, once you're inquiring, right? It's only on a needs basis, if you get what I mean. So when it comes to talking and communication, the protocol is you stay clueless. Or you know what? Even better, you're just not interested. It's a classic example of fakeness with benefits. Yeah. Number 4. Okay, there's only sexual chemistry. And this is kind of a piggyback off of fuck love, but it could be its own category because your hotline gets blinged for one reason. One reason at all. And it could be at all hours, like you're on call, basically. You've signed up for that. There's no respect for your time, for the situation, for each other. And furthermore, there's none for yourself either. Number 5, PDA, public display of affection. This is the most extra of extra affection that makes people's head turn, right? We don't want to see it. And furthermore, it's couples just maybe overcompensating for something that's missing. And when you go like from 0 to 100 like that, there's really nothing left in the gas tank after a while Anything less than 100 miles per hour is boring. Number 6, lack of communication. Communication is the major key in any relationship. You should know this by now. And if it doesn't exist, you're on the fast track to a dead end. Number 7, lack of or no orgasm. Can I say this? If you haven't had one, you're doomed. It's just a matter of time. Number 8, we did it for the kids. You know how many times I've heard that? Chances are the same people that said it, they're either divorced now or just buying time. Couples stay in it for the kids. And this is something that our parents' generation did. But to see it still go on, it's kind of sad. I mean, that's fakeness to the max. And what's even sadder, if that's just grammatically incorrect, sorry, but the kids know it. They pick up on it, and the cycle repeats itself. Number 9, fake conversations. This happens every day, whether it's the workplace, between friends, between enemies, relationships. My ex would always ask me the fucking weather forecast every morning. Seriously. And I finally just told him, just get a damn weather app on your phone. I can't deal with this empty early morning fakeness conversation like you're trying to make it. Well, he faked it before he maked it. Plain and simple. But, it was the most emptiest conversation starter ever. And, I don't want to hear that when I first wake up. And it's almost like I felt it coming every time. And one day I was just like, just get the app. Just get it. So where I'm going with this is just stay quiet and forget the fake conversation. Number 10, you never meet his or her friends or family. Damn! Okay, this is my rule of thumb. Minimum. And it all depends how much of a family-oriented person you are, but at a minimum, at 6 months, you should be meeting somebody. 6 months or less should be friends. 6 months or greater should be family. Okay? Let's use a year as the benchmark. So if a year has come, and in some cases gone, and you don't know the other side, red flag. Number 11. Okay, I left the big kahuna for last, and it will blow up in your face like a big balloon. So this one is you're not in love or you fell out of love, but you're still in the relationship. Why? Are you just afraid to be alone? Are you afraid to start over? Are you afraid to re-enter into the dating world? Or maybe you just want to be by yourself. I get it, but it doesn't make sense if you're just in it for one reason or another. Messy. So if you're in any one or more of these messy fake love situations, 2017 is the time to let it go. So here's to a bigger and better 2017. I warned you guys during my 12 days of inspiration. I told you 2017 is going to be the year where I help you guys execute and keep it 100 in your lives. Everything that you heard and learned in 2016, we are going to implement, right? This is Plan Nina, or what do they call it in the military? It's like, I need to come up with a name. I'm done talking about 2016 people, the good, bad, and ugly stuff. How you keep your ish together, how your ish wasn't together, what you need to let go. I'm over and out. It's time to move on. And next week, it's all about execution. So make sure you subscribe to the Keep It 100 Girl podcast on iTunes by looking up the show on your phone. All you got to do is click subscribe, leave a rating and review so you never, ever, ever miss one of my episodes. Remember, I keep it 100, I keep it real, I keep it true. Enjoy your Friday, and more importantly, enjoy the weekend. I will see you on Tuesday when we drop something real and something true. Smooches!